This is a follow-up to just a funny story, man. See, not too long ago, it was a couple days ago, I believe, I did a video about the crying college students. They were sharing text messages with BuzzFeed, talking about how they were crying in their dorm rooms because somebody said some naughty words. It all started when a racist manifesto was being airdropped to Syracuse students. Now it's being called an unsubstantiated rumor. I believe CBS may have reported that it was actually a hoax. But all of these students are like, I'm scared. I don't feel safe. Oh man, could you imagine that person like actually entering the real world? If you don't feel safe because someone muttered a rumor to you, heavens, I can't imagine how you'll survive actually walking around, say like, I don't know, New York City, and then some crazy guy comes up to you and throws something at you. You want to hear something really gross? I'll try and keep it family friendly, but a homeless guy in Los Angeles saved up a bucket worth of human byproduct, we'll call it that, and got it, for about a month, got it all warm, and then dragged a woman out of her car and poured it over her. You want to talk about not feeling safe because someone said naughty words? Yeah, go spend some time in Hollywood. Let's see how that plays out. Let's read the story and see what BuzzFeed has to say about it. Syracuse University officials on Friday said reports that a racist manifesto was airdropped to students' phones in the school library is so far an unsubstantiated rumor. Though several law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, are still investigating. Why are they investigating this? Do you know what airdrop is? It's like if you have your Bluetooth on, you can turn on airdrop on your iPhone. Someone can just send you stuff. So people do this to send like funny photos, and all of a sudden you look at your phone, it's like a picture of Pikachu or something, and you're like, it's really funny. So apparently they called it a racist manifesto, but upon reading, I believe it was actually an anti-Islam manifesto, which is different, but not to them because they don't understand, nuance and semantics. But anyway, the rumored airdrop of a racist manifesto to students' devices at Byrd Library remains under investigation by the Department of Public Safety, Syracuse Police, and the FBI. The university said in a statement, so far, no one has been able to produce a device that received that document, despite pleas from investigators to come forward to help find those responsible. At this time, the alleged airdrop remains an unsubstantiated rumor that spread rapidly from Monday night into Tuesday morning. That's what you call far-left, woke outrage hysteria. Somebody said, I heard X happened, and it spread around like wildfire, and they all started cowering in their bedrooms, crying. Not all of them, but some of them claimed they were crying. Man, could you imagine? First of all, the video I made, I said, look at these college kids are crying over a manifesto, over naughty words. Now it turns out it was just the rumor of naughty words. Man, there wasn't even an actual manifesto apparently, and they're freaking out over someone saying this maybe was a thing, and it wasn't. Incredible. The airdrop reports came amid a series of other racist incidents that made students and faculty members feel unsafe over the past week. Unsafe. Check this out. You're going to love this. The incidents include racist graffiti. Oh no. Oh man. Apparently you've never been to a city. Verbal harassment. Verbal harassment. What does that mean? Okay. And a swastika that was drawn in the snow. I kid you not. Panic. Because someone drew a swastika in the snow. Oh my dude. Stay away from skate parks, man. Stay away from big cities because you will not survive. Because when I'll tell you what, man. I've got an idea for a social experiment. I should totally do this. I should take some of these college kids and give them a free ride to a local skate park in Chicago or New York. And then just have them sit there for about a minute until the N-word drops 50 times among all of these kids. Because they don't live in the same world that you do, apparently. And then they'll feel very unsafe. Oh no, the kids, they speak in an urban dialect that is offensive and scary. The university's Department of Public Safety said it received reports Monday and Tuesday about students receiving a copy of the 74-page anti-Muslim manifesto. See, then they tell you it's anti-Muslim. It's a difference between that and racism. Could you imagine? You know what? I wonder why Christians don't call anti-Christian rhetoric racist. What's the difference? The religions. It had originally been published online from the Christchurch guy. The manifesto was also published on a Syracuse University discussion page on GreekRank.com, a website where students can learn about and discuss fraternities and sororities. Ephraim Ozabor, a 21-year-old student, told BuzzFeed that he arrived at the library shortly after hearing rumors the manifesto was being airdropped to people inside. He said he saw several students leaving the building in a hurry. I literally pulled up to Byrd Library maybe a minute after people said the manifesto was airdropped, and people were terrified. It was a very scary scene. People were leaving Bird in masses. Bird is never empty on a Thursday night, but it was empty. I'd like to take all of these people, bring them to like downtown Chicago and just watch what they do. Like, will they start squawking and running around in circles in random directions because of all the loud noises and like scary offensive words that are yelled by crazy people in the city? He told BuzzFeed News he was skeptical of the university's announcement on Friday, saying, "It goes to show that SU is not committed to finding the perpetrators." Oh, man. It's a conspiracy. The public safety is lying. They're just not trying hard enough. It's not possible that not one of these racists have been found and subsequently punished, but one protester was arrested. He told BuzzFeed News in a text message. Syracuse police recently arrested a young woman for making anti-racist graffiti during student protests. Chancellor Kent... I gotta stop, man. Please, do not send your kids to Syracuse. I mean, don't send your kids to college at this point. Teach them how to be plumbers or carpenters or something. They can actually make a living. Chancellor Kent Syverud also committed Friday to several demands made by student groups who have led sit-in demonstrations over the past 7 days. They're literally protesting a rumor. Wow. Syverud agreed to punish and potentially expel students who were involved in the recent racist incidents, to instate a new policy that includes mandatory diversity training for new staffers. And there it is. How much you want to bet it was fake, it was a hoax, and they were using it as a pretext to make them, pass these rules. To publish monthly reports on bias on campus, and to protect students who participate in peaceful protests. Though student groups are happy with that progress, they are still calling for the resignations of What are you doing, man? He caves into them and they're still demanding his job. Public Safety Chief Bobby Maldonado, Associate Chief John Sardino, and Dolan Ivanovich, the Senior Vice President for Enrollment and Student Experience. "We have been under these violent conditions for far longer than this moment," read a statement posted. Oh, violence! Yes, the famous violent incident that led to the Great Revolution when a bunch of fascists drew swastikas in the snow. Everyone remembers that historical moment. They say, "We cannot wait for tragedy after someone drew a swastika in the snow." That's going to go down in history books. In 2018, Syracuse made headlines when a fraternity published a roast that featured what university officials described as extremely racist content. The incident also sparked protests and prompted the chancellor to implement similar measures to the ones he committed to Friday, including mandatory diversity training. I'm going to stop right now. If you're someone who recognizes the sheer absurdity of what's happening at Syracuse, and you still go there, shame on you. If you go to this school, you're giving them money, you should leave. You've got to vote with your dollar, man. Tell these schools bending the knee to the outrage mob is not worth your time. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, if you want to go there and you want to support this so you can allow it to grow and blossom and continue, these kids will then leave school and enter the public sector. You do it. You support them, okay? You support them with your dollars. Some things have changed and a lot haven't. Tula Goenka, a professor of television, radio, and film at Syracuse's Newhouse School of Public Communications, told BuzzFeed News, "How students feel on campus, I don't think that's changed. It's sad that we have to accomplish these things. The fact that we have to do this. No, you don't have to do this, you weirdos," said Brianna Johannes, 23, a senior who serves on several committees in the protest movement, for which students using the hashtag #NotAgainSU. She said that at least 4 racist incidents, which preceded those from last week, have taken place during her 4 years at Syracuse, none of which she felt the school administration appropriately addressed. "This is a task that the administration should be taking on themselves," she said, "to fight for there to be harsher levels of punishment for hate crimes on this." You know what's funny? Donald Trump's going to get elected again. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is sick, be it in the next year or in the next 5. She's probably going to vacate that seat. Donald Trump will then appoint a conservative justice. And conservatives who already dominate the Supreme Court will overwhelmingly dominate that court. And these people will get out of college and have nothing. And that's what they're scared about. These attempts at bullying government institutions won't work. They'll to an extent, they'll demand the removal of the Pledge of Allegiance, the American flag. They'll demand hate speech laws. And it'll make its way to that Supreme Court or to all of the other courts that the Republicans have been stacking. And all of this will just fizzle out, gone. So congratulations. The universities are surely preparing these students for a shock to their system when they're older. Now, many of these kids won't have kids themselves, so their ideas will go with them when they pass, and that's true for many millennials as well. But these kids are going to grow up to a cold and callous world that rejects the insanity they preach. Hopefully. Hopefully. We've seen people like Dave Chappelle mock them, Ricky Gervais, Joe Rogan. These comedians have come out. I think Chris Rock to an extent. Kevin Hart's been critical. We had Louis C.K., Aziz Ansari. I don't think they're going to make it in the mainstream. I think their fringe, wacko ideas will go away with them. But it's going to be shocking for them, and they're going to have panic attacks when they realize the world doesn't cater to their every whim. I'll leave it there. Stick around. I got one more segment coming up for you in a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.